What's going on, guys? Today I am very excited and happy to bring you a review of one of my favorite statues, my UK Studios Dragon Ball Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. Say that 10 times fast, okay? So this was one of 300 made total. I have number 153. Came with a COA here, and it's a metal COA, which is pretty nice. So came with this little base too for it. So I did really appreciate that. Thought that was cool. So there's that. But without further ado, like I said, this is indeed one of my favorite pieces. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys. So yeah, let's get started. Alright guys, so yeah, like I said, this is one of my favorite pieces. It is a 6-scale custom resin statue made by UK Studios depicting Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black in one of his most iconic scenes, even though it was a very, very quick scene in the anime itself when he uses his Kai blade and just kind of crushes it into his hands. A very cool scene. Just, it is kind of weird that that one quick little scene is, you know, what most people think of when they think of Goku Black, and it was just over and done. And he actually, you know, he used the scythe far more than he used a little keyblade, so I don't know, just a stupid thought. But anyway though, like I said, it's sculpted by UK Studios. It's a custom resin statue, so like I said, there were only 300 of them made, so you're more than likely not going to be able to find any of them in stock right now from an actual distributor. If you wanted to get this piece, you'd have to stick with getting one from a resale. So I think they're going for pretty much around the same price as they retailed for, which was somewhere around $500 US dollars. So if you do like it and you're trying to find one, I'm sure you probably could. I'm just not too sure because I haven't really looked because I already have one. Yeah, for a 6-scale statue, this thing is massive. The height from the bottom of the base to the very top of the energy aura is 18 inches, while Goku Black himself comes in right at 12 inches. Even with his knees being bent, it's just from foot to top of the hair, it was about 12 inches. The width of the statue comes in just shy of 13 inches, and then the depth from back to front is about 11 inches. And like I said, this thing, for a 6-scale statue especially, is absolutely massive. It comes in just under 20 pounds at 18.6 pounds. So it's a pretty heavy piece. So you're not going to want to put this in a glass shelf like a detolf or anything like that, unless you were going to put it on like the inside at the bottom. I used to actually have mine sitting on the outside of a detolf on the very top. Probably could go on the very bottom shelf, but based on the height, you would definitely have to get rid of the actual bottom glass shelf so it could sit through that. I currently have mine sitting inside a Besta unit, so there's plenty of room for it in that. So the paint and sculpt overall is incredibly detailed, and it's incredibly accurate to the source material, that being the Dragon Ball Super anime. The colors used for the energy aura are extremely lively. I love them. I love the paint on the entire thing, really. It all looks really great. The statue does have an internal LED, which is positioned at the bottom of the base, shooting the light upward, which due to that, it creates a very cool and haunting effect, much like when you're holding if you're like sitting around a campfire or something, telling spooky stories, and you hold a flashlight under your face, so the shadows are cast there. Because of how the light on this statue is positioned at the bottom, it actually creates the same shadow casting on Goku Black's face. So it's a really cool effect. And because of the clear resin that's used for the aura and on the Kai energy blade itself, the lighting is able to like cast and shine through it. So that alone creates a very cool and unique effect that a lot of other statues wouldn't really get with just having an LED light on it. And with this one being internal and the aura being shaped, you know, to come around it like that, the light is indeed able to cast through it pretty well. So the base of this is very simple, yet it's extremely detailed, and I really appreciate how it's just a bunch of destroyed buildings, which if you see in the anime, pretty much is how the world looks with Goku Black there. So it's nice that it kind of just depicts the city wreckage that's always just left in the wake of Goku Black's existence in general. And like I said, the pose of this is it's a very iconic pose for Goku Black. It's very memorable. I do really like the pose overall. As I said, it depicts a very quick scene in the anime, but has since become a very iconic scene for Goku Black. So I do like the choice they took to use that pose, but then to also use the clear resin cast for the keyblade and use that lighting effect to go through it, it makes it much more dynamic than just, he could be in that pose, which is fine and it looks great. But the fact that you actually get a lighting effect that actually does something unique was a very nice touch by the studio. Some of the other key factors as to why I love this piece is just the overall detail on it is incredible. You can see all the fabric texture going along all of the clothing. The shading work that's done on it makes it feel very dynamic. The ruffles in the pants and the shading work done, it gives it a lot of depth. And then you see the texture of the cloth. It goes all throughout. So it's just a really nice piece to look at, and you get a lot out of it just by looking at it. And then there's small details like the ruffle on the bottom of the shirt is sculpted in a way that depicts that it's moving, like an air current is running through it, like be it wind or like his aura, just the pure energy coming from him is making the shirt move, which was also a really nice touch. They could have just kept everything just flat, just like most statues are, which is fine, but just the extra little attention to detail there to make the shirt appear as if it's moving just creates a much more dynamic and very cool pose overall for the statue itself. So yeah guys, that pretty much covers my quick thoughts about this statue. I love having this piece. Interestingly enough, I had this on pre-order. The pre-order for it was available like a year in advance. So I was like, yeah, cool. The render of this looks like it'll be pretty good. So I went ahead and I pre-ordered it. And I completely forgot about the pre-order come a year later when it was time to finish paying and actually get the thing shipped to me. So I was like, oh man, I don't even know if I want to get this anymore. At the time, I was like, I really don't feel like spending the money on this, whatever. But it was a non-refundable deposit, but I didn't want to be out $100. So I obviously just went ahead and did it. And I'm glad I did because in the end, it's an amazing piece. And arguably, if it's not my favorite, it's definitely top 3 statues I've ever owned. So I'm glad I decided to bite the bullet and go ahead and get it when I did. So it worked out well. So yeah, I'm curious to know, did you guys have any statues that you've had on pre-order and completely forgot about when the time came? And what are some of your guys' favorite studios that you get your statues from? Do you just stick to getting Prime 1 or XM Studios or Sideshow Collectibles, or do you have any custom, companies that you actually trust and like to get pieces from? So I'm just curious. Let me know in the comments below. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. I got plenty of more statue reviews coming up soon. More custom resin pieces, more Dragon Ball pieces, whatever. I'm going to make some more videos about just movie stuff, movie news and whatnot. Just fun stuff. So thank you guys for watching. And until next time, take care.